There either is or is not a way things are. The color of the day, how it felt to be a child, the feeling of salt water on your sunburned legs. Sometimes the water is yellow, sometimes it's red. I'm colorblind, so I can tell. The color in memory depends on the day. I won't tell the story the way it happened. I will tell it the way I remember it. This is my story.
Okay, imagine a hacker in prison in South America. I don't know what you can imagine. I mean, I don't know what's on your mind, what you think, what images are in your mind regarding that. I actually have no idea. I would love to know what you think it is like for a hacker to be in prison in South America. I would love to hear from you and know what you think. And for me, it was completely a new world. I had never been to prison, to visit somebody. I have never been close to a prison. I had no idea of what it was like to be in prison, what was the life of an inmate. I was completely out of that world. That world was not, was never part of my life. And then, from one day to another, I was in that world. So I didn't know what to expect, what was going to happen. And well, then I was slowly learning some codes, prison codes. I think that the one that's most important, that they tell everybody when you are new there, is that at some point you will have to fight. And you will have to fight, and when that moment comes, you will have to fight. I mean, you don't have an option. You will have to fight. If you don't fight, then the rest of your time in prison will be a nightmare. Nobody will respect you. So whenever that moment comes of fighting, go and fight. It doesn't matter whether you win, whether you lose, but you have to go and show that you fight. That was one of the codes, the rules. Well, fortunately, I never had to apply that. I never was involved in a fight. Of course, I did so many fights. I did so blood, but I was never involved in any kind of situation like that. And well, I was in a very low security prison. That was one of the best in my country, Uruguay. So I must admit that I was lucky in that point that I was transferred to a place that was one of the best places I could be placed, and yeah, I must admit that from all those bad things, that was a good one. Imagine this. Imagine that all the inmates can have a cell phone without camera, without internet. After spending a month there, you can have a cell phone. Of course, you have to register it. They take all the information. You can't have internet access. You cannot have a camera in it. And if it has a camera, then they place a needle in the lens, and they destroy it, and they break it. And so imagine that you are able to be connected all day with your family. You can talk to outside the world all day without limitations, and that's something I couldn't believe. And only 3 prisons in Uruguay have that, allow that. So that is something that changed. I mean, that makes your time there much more easier. Then we had satellite TV. We had direct TV. Yeah, we did have direct TV. We did have PlayStation. We could cook. I mean, food was not a problem. Nobody starved there. There was plenty of food. I mean, that was not a problem. Time for visitors. Well, every Sunday, every Saturday, you could have visitors. People visiting you from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. So it's a lot of time. And well, then there is another rule that when it's time visits, where if you have problems with somebody else, some other inmate, then no, during that time you don't have problems with anybody. Nothing can happen while you are being visited by your family, but by your father, by your mother, by your son, by your wife. No, you forget about any problems and you solve that later. But during the visitor's time, you don't have any problems. You don't make any problem. That's something that you must respect. Also, when you talk on the phone with, especially your mother, you have to be respectful completely. I mean, it is not accepted nor tolerated. They cannot tolerate that you talk in a bad way to your mother, or you shout at her. No. You must love your mother. You must be the sweetest person in the world when talking to your mother. And if somebody talks to you and he mentions something about your mother in a bad way, then that could be the trigger of a very, very bad situation. You don't mess with the mother of anybody there. No. Your mother is something nobody can touch. You cannot touch or say anything about the mother of anybody else. Those are rules of prison. Those are rules of prison that a hacker learned in Uruguay. And I would like to know what you think about all this. I mean, direct TV, cellular phones, PlayStation. What do you think about this? It's strange, isn't it? Well, there are many more things that are strange. Keep on listening, okay? I would love to hear from you.